Oh, the Incineroar. Ever so mighty. It's incredible. D-Money just plays it with absolute perfection.
All right, let's get into it. I'm doing that as fast as I can. But all right, so we got D-Money and we got Moonlight. So Moonlight, I'm not sure, but I think that out of all the West Town Brawls that we've had, this is, I think, the lowest seed that we've had. We've played this. And granted, this might be on me because I helped to seed this. So I know Moonlight. I taught to them at least a lot. The problem is though is that I have never seen them play. I don't know what they play like. The only reason I know them from is because we are both in PPA, or we're both at least like we talk in PPA. But this is D-Money we're talking about.
This is the one and almighty D-Money.
This is
just catching the side B early. Well, not even early. Just keeping the pressure on, barely taking any damage going into his first stock.
How did she get out of there without getting hit by that side B? The world will never know. But for those at least who are wondering, Moonlight was the 12th seed, which meant that she had to go through Anonymous Moniker, which I heard was the Swordfighter Ditto, as well as beating Oat 2-0, which is.
I mean, Oat was able to. Oat was doing solid with his run here in Winners, taking it all the way to, I think it was Winners round 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but that's a tornado. That's the up air, but I think the reason as well is that so Moonlight I think is like living here now, but she's originally actually from Denver, right? Yeah, she was living at least in Denver, but now at least we're kind of like joked that like if Moniker is like playing a lot more Steve nowadays, we finally have someone to complete the perfect trifecta of the Miis in Wisconsin.
We got a Mii Gunner, a Mii Swordfighter, and a Mii Brawler, which
we got Moonlight, the Swordfighter, who's gonna be eating that stock. We got Rico, the Brawler, and we got C. Caleb, the Gunner.
Yeah.
It's all working out well. So we're trying to see at least if she can get that gem. Not quite gonna get it, but instead she's gonna eat a Miss Side B coming up from D-Money. You don't really see that at least that often, I'll say.
The Miss Side B, yeah. I mean, the one reason why he would go for it just over anything is just if you're that close to ledge and you manage to get hit by it, there's no good for him to just knock you towards stage, so.
Yeah, like I can see that more like if you're off stage and if you like you get a gimp on someone, but even then, like that looks way too close at least like for that to be like a mess up or like a letting go. Oh, but
just
she's
a little too deep for Maddie. Or not Maddie,
Yeah.
Moonlight. Apologies.
Yeah, she's a little too low for that. I like the edge guard attempt. It just felt like she was going for the edge guards in the right places. She was at the right height. I'm just not sure at least about some of the moves that she chose, honestly, because like she was throwing out that nair. I honestly would have like rather have seen like a back air, maybe like get a little more range. Also have it to be a little bit quicker, so that way you can immediately react to that and get that off a little bit quicker.
Swordfighter back air, just like similar to many of the Swordfighter back airs in just the game in general. It's just a solid killing option. Pretty much every Swordfighter in this game just has that solid back air that you can throw out just as an edgeguard move, and it usually is able to secure a pretty solid stock. Just a raw F smash.
Just do it.
Like, I'm down to see it.
And I love these grabs coming off from Moonlight. You saw how she did the up tilt and then immediate turnaround grab. She was kind of expecting D-Money to do some sort of defensive option, whether it was going to be like the air dodge or in Incineroar's case, the down B. It doesn't really matter because you're going to be able to get the most of that.
Just because even like at that close range, although Incineroar side B is just ever so devastating, compared to just a basic grab, it's a little on the slow. It's just a little slow. Not by much, but
yeah, not by much, but yeah, that aggressive nair and another beefy uppie coming up from D-Money. That has been doing really, really well against Moonlight for this first set so far.
Oh, going for the fair, but D-Money gets the revenge. Oh,
Dash
and a
attack.
solid dash attack.
Moonlight's down B, at least for those who are wondering. She has the reflector. I don't think that Moonlight is the kind of Mii Swordfighter at least that kind of like changes the down B depending on the matchup. I think he just plays at least like what she knows, unlike some other Swordfighters. I'm getting confirmation at least that that's the case, yeah. Because I know that C. Caleb especially, he and Rico are both very much kind of like character counterpickers. They play Gunner and they play Brawler, but they do mix around the specials just a little bit.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the huge benefit of, oh, just barely missing the ledge there for Moonlight. It's...
You saw as well, you saw like the little B reverse movement. I think that's what messed her up, because if she just did it from there instead of doing the B reverse, she would have made it to the ledge.
It's a shame, but
Yeah.
she's still holding pretty strong against D-Money. I mean, 83% with a bit of a string coming from Swordfighter could eventually lead to a kill. This game isn't completely lost yet.
I will say though, you know, for these two games at least where like, you know, Moonlight has been kind of like SKing at least like in one of these two games, she's kept this relatively closely otherwise for the most part, which is, I think especially against D-Money, very, very impressive.
Incredibly impressive. Yeah. Especially D-Money's Instant, which
Dash.
has been proven to many as essentially your winner's run killer. 'Cause
Yeah.
you know it's gonna eventually come as you make your way through winners.
And that lariat coming out from D-Money is just a spot dodge killer. She knew the up B was coming, but just let go of shield a little bit too early.
Yeah. Ooh,
Nice tech.
wonderful tech coming out from Moonlight.
What is going
to this
on?
lead by a thread. Dash attacks creates.
I'm not gonna.
Oh,
Oh,
and she just gives it away.
wait, that's best of 5.
It's best of 5 though.
Moonlight, it's best of 5. I don't know if she thought it was best of 3, but I guess gonna throw that stock away. I was gotta say though, like, you know, she looked like she had some momentum at least like after that stock. She was very, very like in touch at least with like her positioning and what options she needed to choose, especially in that ledge situation.
I mean, it's as much as it is in fact like one side B and you're gone. It's still possible. Most characters, there is always that chance to have like a comeback, just because they are able to string enough stuff together and keep the advantage long enough. Especially against Incin, where you get Incin just a little too low, he just can't pick her back, even at those.
The one thing that I worry about though is that Moonlight was, you know, like ready to just like give up that last stock from before.
Yeah.
And if that's like a show at least of her mental, like it's more so just like she kind of has to like reset it for the most part. So she's got to like, you know, think like there's still a chance. Like she's still in this. She can still take these games. She can still keep on going with that nice fair. What an empty hop.
Especially with the empty hops, yeah.
I like that a lot.
Solid side B, just catching this guy.
Yeah.
Darkest Lariat being ever so popular by D-Money, it's just a solid tool. Another side B coming out.
I like that side B actually from the outside of the ledge, because yeah, I don't like that. That was disgusting.
That was no. I mean, in Nintendo, like I got a bargain. I've come to bargain. What was that?
Oh, that's a dead D-Money.
That's a dead D-Money. Bad air dodge coming out.
He used the double jump off stage, and that's really that's a good turn of events at least for Moonlight as she's starting to get this fair damage.
Just back and forth neutral with D-Money making this fair. Just going
Trying to
back
get these
and
down tilts,
forth.
but
He goes for it.
Trying to get these down tilts, but instead just gonna get hit by a side B, and Moonlight as well not gonna make it back. It's just these up Bs have just not been hitting. They've not been grabbing the ledge from Moonlight.
I don't know if there's much shade about it. Like she's getting close. She's getting everything right. It's just the ledge grab box is just not working for her today. D-Money just able to keep the pressure on. Oh, he just went for it with that side B.
That's dead, yeah. 3-0 for D-Money. Hard fought set from Moonlight for the most part, but like it's weird to face against an Incineroar.